welcome back to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel. Here with my guy George for another gambling show that we have for you guys here today. We've been struggling a little bit, but as you see the record below, it's not like we're doing too bad. We're just hanging in there with a crazy start of the season, man. It's been hard to kind of read teams. Fantasy football has also been a crap show, so it's not just us. But stay with us. Me and George are feeling really freaking good about this week coming up. George, any thoughts before we get into this?
No, like exactly what you said, bro. Nobody is perfect at this. People could tell you and could try to sell you this, like,
Oh
I
yeah,
got all the locks, the picks. It's just not true. You got to just do the best with whatever information you have. If you use, again, I feel like the smartest strategy is always line shopping, get the best value for your picks. Because for me, it's always like if you have some kind of loyalty to any sports book, um, they don't have any loyalty to you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So they're trying to take
exactly.
all your money and you're trying to take away money from them. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just be smart. And I think if you keep that same strategy and if you keep a disciplined bankroll, you know what I'm saying? Keep building up slowly. Like, I'm not saying don't do parlays and stuff, but be smart with what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like I bro, I've seen you hit some great parlays. You only drop like $1, $2, like, you know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah,
hits for big money, bro. You know, but you're smart with your money. And then on something you're more confident on, you pull a bit more money. So as long as you're smart line shopping, I feel like what we do, like what me and you have both been doing over the past couple of years, I would say, has led to consistent success, consistently making money. And sports betting is always more fun when you win, bro. So trust the process. Whatever process you have, you guys have, me and Nando definitely gonna trust our process. We're gonna keep getting our picks. I promise you, by the end of the year, bro, we're gonna have a great record. We're gonna make everybody some money. I know it.
yeah, I believe it, man. We did it last year already, man.
Yes, sir.
So I agree with everything George says, man. I mean, he nails it on the head, bro. I don't have as many sports books as George, and it's a little bit difficult because a lot of these props are coming out later in the week. But I still think there's plenty of opportunity here. You kind of get an insight about how we're both like leaning towards. So when those props drop or when those lines drop, if they're not available on your sports book, you could probably find some value in the sports books that you do have. So for example, for a lot of them today, I win a majority on Bet 365 because they have pretty much all the props up where a lot of other books don't. So I'm gonna get things started off first. I have 5 plays, and I have one play that is not going to be shown because it's not available for some reason on the sports books that I currently have. So
Okay.
I'll throw that out last. I'm gonna go first. We'll start with the Thursday night games. I got the Dallas Cowboys -5.5 against the New York Giants. This is -110. It's pretty much -5.5 pretty much everywhere you look. I like the Cowboys here in this spot. Taking on the New York Giants. I don't believe in the Giants. Yo, Malik Neighbors looks freaking awesome. He looks like the real deal. Don't get me wrong. And their win last week was impressive. Dallas has been a little shaky, but I think they bounced back. This is a team that beat the Giants like 40-0 last time they were at MetLife. So let's not forget about that. This team knows how to play the Giants. It's a rivalry matchup, and they're just far, far better, bro. If you were to ask me before the season started, if this was week 1, let's say, and it's Cowboys Giants and you're laying 5.5, I would do it. So that's kind of the mindset that I'm going with on these picks. So Cowboys -5.5 is my first. My second is CD Lamb over 79.5 receiving yards, -113 on FanDuel. But make sure you just check around, see if you can find some value elsewhere. I think he gets this. I mean, he's gotten over. I'm a trend guy, so he's gotten this number 3 of the last 4 times they played, and the one time that he didn't, it was 77. So it was only 3 yards short of that. I like him. If I expect the Cowboys to win, which I do, especially laying 5.5 points, best believe I have confidence in CD Lamb getting 80 yards against the New York Giants. They're not a good football team, and CD is one of them ones, and they're pissed off, man. I mean, this is a team that just lost a
Yeah,
couple games in a row. They're pissed.
I
They're
agree.
coming in this game like they want to put up points, man. So I like CD here. Third play, it is probably a play that might shock many. All right, but my theory behind this is just who do I think is the better team? And if this was week 1, let me put all the weirdness of this season away. If you give me this matchup week 1, what would I lean? And that's my thought behind this. This is the Cincinnati Bengals -4 against the Carolina Panthers on the road, -110 on Bet 365. Bro, I get it. The Bengals look like crap, man. They're not winning games. I get it. They put up a bunch of points Monday night. I thought that was awesome to see. I don't believe in this Panthers team. Granted, Andy Dalton was slinging and he looked good last week. I'm not even gonna hold
Yeah.
you. He put up some nice stats, bro, and that team looked very different. And I thought the problems were kind of like far beyond quarterback, but they kind of showed me a little something. So I will give respect to them. But I think the Bengals team is just way better than the Bengals. So I mean than the Panthers. So if you're giving me -4, I'm kind of like saying, all right, erase that 0-3 start from the Bengals. If this was week 1, would I take this? I would jump on it. So that's my thought behind it. Many people may think it's crazy, but -4 for the Bengals. I think they get their first win and they win that game. Next play, it is a prop. It is CJ Stroud over
Ooh, I like this
267
one.
and a half passing yards against the Jacksonville Jaguars, -110 on Bet 365. Listen, their team is at home. This is a rivalry matchup. He's got this number over the last 2 times they played, which is both of the matchups last year. He knows this Jacksonville defense. Jacksonville defense does not even look good. I mean, they got demolished on Monday Night Football. And
Bad.
listen, when you're used to playing a certain team and you've eclipsed the number and it's a rivalry matchup, that is something that I like to lean towards. Like I said, I'm a trend guy. 267 for CJ Stroud. I think it's a lock. This one might surprise people. I'm actually going the other way on this one, and it is Trevor Lawrence over
Ooh.
224 and a half at -110. He's got this number twice against the Houston Texans last year, even the game that they were in Houston. I get it. Trevor Lawrence does not look too good, and or the Jaguars this year, but you can argue they're pretty much playing for their season. You go 0-4, it's over. So I mean, I expect a fight, and I think 225 at minimum is what Trevor Lawrence should get. So he'll hit the over on this. I like this spot for Trevor Lawrence. And then my last play, I haven't placed it yet because it's not available in my books. The only book I saw it available was Bet 365, and it was -138. I'm pretty sure I'm not taking that. I'm pretty sure I could get better numbers elsewhere. Maybe not. And it is Saquon Barkley to score a touchdown. I mean, the Bucks are giving up touchdowns left and right to running backs. He's one of the most consistent scorers in the NFL this season. He also catches out of the backfield. AJ Brown is obviously missing time. Philly just relies on Barkley a ton, and I think Barkley gets into the end zone against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So line shop to see where's the best value, but I think that is an absolute lock. Saquon Barkley. So add that to my pick. So I have for you guys a total of 6, and then I'll throw it off to my boy George.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, listen, bro. Like I said, we are going to bounce back. Like, can we have more bad weeks? Absolutely, bro. It's it's always what it is. But I feel like just give out the picks you feel confident about, give out good value, and that's it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bounce back. So,
Yes, sir.
with that being said, love your picks. I feel like you're gonna have a positive week. You know what I'm saying? And last week, it's not like I didn't feel the same thing, but once you get into a little bit more of the rhythm yourself, like mentally, all right, what do I give out? What do I feel a little bit more confident about than this play, that play, that play, right? So I
Mhm.
think we're gonna start hit our stride soon, man. First month of the season almost done. I feel like we're gonna really hit our stride, bro.
We need it.
So
We
let me
need
kick
it.
it off with the Cowboys game, the same one that you were on. I do believe the Cowboys are gonna have a great game here. Give me the Cowboys over 2.5 touchdowns.
Okay.
Value is not crazy here, but for what it is, for the Cowboys basically to just score 3 touchdowns or more, -140 on Hard Rock Sportsbook.
Okay.
Um, Again, nothing's ever a lock. I just feel very comfortable about this one. I feel like even if the Giants do have a good game, let's say they play them close, right? I don't see a world where the Cowboys don't score and don't put up points, even if they somehow collapse and lose. So I
Yep.
like that play there. Give me the Panthers over 10.5 points for the first half. This is
Okay.
plus 135 on MGM. Like we just discussed, Andy Dalton looked pretty impressive. Panthers team looked a little different. Now, I do fully expect the Bengals to win that game, but for the Panthers to maybe, show a little something in the beginning, maybe fade a little bit towards the end. You know what I'm saying? But I like them to be able to put up 10.5 points in the first half. Staying with the same game, I know these two picks kind of might cross each other up a little bit, but I like the full game total to go under 48.5. So it's that same game, Bengals Panthers under 48.5. This is -114 on a sports book called Thrills. So Thrills is very similar to Fliff Sportsbook, in which you can play it basically anywhere, but it just has value occasionally. You know what I mean? And for me, Big believer in get as many sportsbook as you can. So Thrills, if you are in the New Jersey location, look into it. Again, it's very similar to Fliff, but I like the value there.
Okay.
Saints Falcons over 42 and a half. This
Ooh.
is plus 111 on Sports Trade. So Saints Falcons over 42 and a half. I just feel like these two teams are going to give us a great game. I feel like the Saints sputtered a little bit last week, but I think they kind of go back to putting up some points. I think the Falcons put up some points. I like this to be a close game, but not necessarily a 42 to 35 game, but I think they could cover 42 and a half between both of those teams. I like the way that they've played. Some weeks haven't looked great, but I think when they play each other, they're gonna really come out swinging.
Yeah, I agree.
Team that is kind of hot, man. It might take a little time for some people to get behind, but me and you, we've loved this team since last year, especially some props on some of these players. But the Commanders, love the
Yeah,
Commanders. At this spot here, give me the first half money line. So for them to go in leading at the first half, plus 165 on BetMGM. Just something about that Commanders team, man. Brian Robinson being on that team, the way this quarterback is playing, this young quarterback is playing. I like them to come out swinging, man. So plus 165 too. I thought that was really, really good value. I had to jump on it. Another team that I think people expected to be pretty bad but looks pretty good, the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals, man, the way they looked a lot of this year. Marvin Harrison, the way they're running the ball, passing the ball, the way Kyler Murray looks. Give me the Cardinals team total, so just the Cardinals alone, to score over 27 and a half. This is plus 115 on Hard Rock Sportsbook. Again, the way that they're running this offense, I like what they're doing. I like the way they're putting up points. So give me the Cardinals over 27 and a half plus 115. Next, we're going to go to the Chiefs-Chargers game. I got two plays there. Give me the Chargers plus 5.5.
I like it.
This is plus 170 on Sports Trade. I love the value there. I'm pretty sure it's dropped by this point. I got it pretty early. But whatever you feel comfortable taking for the Chargers, if you like the spot at plus 7.5, plus 7, plus 6.5, I mean, you could even find probably incredible value at plus 3.5 if you think it's going to be a close game. And I do think that it's going to be a close game. The Chiefs, even though they've been winning, have not looked like as impressive as we know they could be in the playoffs. And that's been the theme. Sometimes they don't have to look as great in the regular season because we know what they do in the postseason. But right now, we in the regular season, right? This is a rivalry game. We got a new head coach who's got a lot to prove. I think Justin Herbert and the rest of those boys are playing really tough football. Love the run game over there with the Chargers. So give me for it to be a close game. Do the Chiefs still win? Most likely. But plus 5.5, if I'm getting 5.5, I'll definitely take that all day.
I love that.
With that being the case, plus 5.5, I do see it being a lower scoring game. The defense is stepping up a little bit. So give me that same game, Chiefs Chargers, under 37.5. Full game total. Plus 135 on Sports Trade again. So a lot of value on Sports Trade, a lot of value on Hard Rock. Those are, I feel like, a lot of the ones I give out the most. But I love that under there, under 37.5. I used to never bet unders. Like I used to be that guy who's like always over, always over, always over.
Yeah,
But
it's
like,
kind of weird. It's weird to root for
you gotta
under.
pick and choose your spots. You got to pick and choose your spots.
I feel you.
This feels like a good under. Last three plays here. I have one player prop that I added at the very last minute. Give me the Raiders minus 1.5 for the first half. So first half, Raiders minus 1.5 plus 120 on Hard Rock. I know that they're not necessarily world beaters. Are they going to make the playoffs? I don't know. But something about this Raiders team in certain spots that gives me some hope that they can cover. And it's fun sometimes to bet on those teams where it's like, you're going to find great value because not everybody is going to rush to put money on them. So the Raiders are one of those teams for me. And the Ravens over 24.5 team total. So for them to put up 25 points or more, just the Ravens as a team, plus 120 on Hard Rock. That's going to be my final play. That is not a prop.
I like that.
And moving on to the final play that I got for week 4. Give me CD Lamb to score a touchdown. The value is too good not to take it. And I just checked this, so you can still get it at this number. Plus 100, even money on Fliff.
Oh.
You're telling me you're going to give me CD Lamb, who is probably minus 150 or worse on some sportsbook. You're going to give me that at plus 100, and you expect me not to take it. I'm sorry, but I'm taking that every single time. And that's it for me, man, for picks. I feel good about it, though. I feel confident. I feel like, again, the more we get into the season, the better weeks we'll have. So I feel good about it, man. I mean, football Sunday, I feel great every Sunday, but I feel like this week we bounce back for sure.
I like it, bro. I like your picks. That Commanders first half, you said it was plus 6.5.
That was Commanders first half. So it's Commanders first half money line
Uh-huh.
plus 165 on
Okay.
BetMGM.
First half money line. Like
Yeah,
that.
so
I like
Commanders
that.
first half money line. Yep.
Cool, 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 cool. All right. And that Panthers game was 48.5 under.
Panthers Bengals under 48 and a half. Yep.
Yep.
Minus 114 on thrills.
All right, I love it, man. So just to rattle off George's picks again, he's got Cowboys over 2.5 touchdowns. He's got the Panthers team over 10.5 points for the first half. The Panthers Bengals game under 48.5 total. The Saints Falcons over 42.5. Commanders money line first half against the Cardinals. Sticking with that same game, Cardinals over 27.5 team total. Chargers plus 5.5, which is my absolute favorite. Next, Chargers Chiefs game under 37.5 points. Raiders minus 1.5 for the first half. Ravens team total over 24.5. Love that. And then CD Lamb at plus money for a touchdown
Yes,
on
sir.
Thursday Night Football. I love the picks, man. I think this is gonna be that damn week, man.
Hey, we've seen it, bro. We've seen where we had these like almost perfect weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like
we
we've
we
had some
have,
really good
bro.
weeks, bro.
Those are the
You know.
best, man. Those are the
So
freaking
yeah,
best.
yes, sir.
All right, George. Well, I appreciate you spreading out the love, man. Spreading out the love for us,
Hey,
man.
we
We
have
need
to, bro. We have to.
we
Hey, I'm gonna be telling some of your picks. I know you tell some of mine. So
oh yeah.
we always get extra things, bro. Extra things
Yeah,
always.
for sure, man. I'm definitely at through that Chargers 5.5 is gonna make some money, man. I love that one.
I hope so, bro. Cause that's good value. It's amazing value.
It is, bro. It is, bro. So best of luck, everyone tailing our picks. Thank you once again for tuning in. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and tune in for this show every single week with my guy George. George, any last words?
Nah, man, just what we say every weekend, man. Gamble responsibly. Stick to your unit size, line shop. Do all the things that you know that these people that make money gambling do. You know what I'm saying? You can copy those habits. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that consistently. You do that consistently over time. And I know sometimes it feels like it's a slower process, but I'm telling you, if you like to sport, if you're gonna sports gamble anyway, no matter what, you may as well win some money. Might as well, right?
Exactly. You heard it from the man himself. Gamble responsibly. Tune in next week for more picks. This is going to be the week. Best of luck. And listen, we're going to say it again. Gamble responsibly. See y'all next week.
Yes, sir.